Well, Riggsy had a UFC weekend. He cornered Trishan Gore, and Trishan got it done. He got it done. Guillotine it was first round, right?
Yeah. It was 90 seconds in. He got that high elbow guillotine off that single leg. It was fucking nice.
First round guillotine. Was the weight cut good? Was the week good?
Yeah. It was a struggle. He's never.
The weight was a struggle.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I told you this. It took him 4 hours to cut his last 4 pounds.
Ouch! Where'd you guys do it, at the PI?
Yeah, we did that. But he's never water loaded. It's kind of a new thing for him. So it's kind of, he doesn't understand drinking that water is going to take the weight off him. You know.
I mean, water loading when you first do it's scary because you look at that scale and you're like, I'm 15 pounds overweight.
Did it scare you? Really? I can't remember.
I mean, I did it a long time ago. But at first, you're like, once you're doing it right, you get on that scale and it really scares the shit out of you.
It's like a trust fall. You got to believe it. It's you have to do it to understand how it works, though, for sure. But it was trying. I mean, it made it all better after his win. You know Mackenzie Durham was that guy's girlfriend, and I was talking to her because I've known her since she was a little girl. I started training with Megaton, her dad, when she was a kid. And when we were in, you go shake the coach's hand after the fight, fucking completely snubbed me, fucking embarrassed me, just left me sitting there with my fucking hand out. Yeah, fucking. Maybe
it was just didn't. Like,
no, she just obviously she saw her boyfriend lose. It wasn't a good time, so.
And he's probably mad as
fuck. Yeah, it wasn't anything. Yeah, he's a black belt. He got guillotined. A 6'5" black belt got guillotined by a 6 foot guy that I think he's a purple belt, I believe. I'm not sure, but but it's fucking. He's good with that. He snatches it fast.
Yeah, snatch it fast. I mean, if you don't respond to that high elbow guillotine and you let that puppy sink in, it's too late.
Especially because he started to drive that where the elbow is kind of the extension of the chin down there.
And then he locked it up like a power guillotine.
Yes. And he's a strong motherfucker too, because he gets that, he'll squeeze that head like a bean. That guy's got a little head too, you know.
A bean head?
Yeah, he's got a little small fucking head, so it looked worse for the wear over after he was done. But he was upset too. But he tapped pretty quick. It wasn't much resistance.
Yeah, you never know. You never know what's going on with people.
Never do.
Other than that, what'd you do? Did you guys after the locker room? Did you go back out and enjoy the rest of the fights, or?
So they all were all leaving that night. I was planning on leaving that night, but just on a different flight. But I was microdosing that weekend, trying to right some of my wrongs in my life, trying to overcome some things I do, and I overdid it. Took too much. First I got into a spat. You know when you're going up the elevator, you have to show your key to the security guard?
Yeah.
I'd been up and down 5 or 6 times. This motherfucker, I know for a fact he was trying to twist my fucking tits. He was on purpose. He was just stopping me. And then I started popping off, getting a little wild. So I was almost removed from the hotel, but I pumped the brakes. But I did end up leaving to the flight, end up the next morning. And I was ushered off the fucking plane for the second time in my life. That was hard to get over.
Why?
I was being rude to the fat fuck next to me. That's what started it all.
I'm always
fucking. It's among several things, but every time I'm on a flight, I'm always right in the middle between 2 fucking whistle pigs. It happens every time. So I get there, and if someone's in the middle, you kind of you're aware that you give them the armrest. You know what I'm saying? These fucking their rolls were hanging over. They should have bought 2 seats. And I was going, oh God, I was just starting to go like him and hawing real loud. And he's like, "Is there a problem?" I'm like, "Your fucking tit is I'm using for an armrest. That's a problem." And then that fucking did it. And then she comes up, she starts talking to me.
You guys didn't get in a nudge fest?
Oh yeah, fucking of course. But I was my elbow was on his fucking big old nipple. It was. I'm not kidding when I tell you, it was flopped over the whole armrest. This bitch was fucking. She had gave. I don't know if it was all in my head. She had given me the stink eye walking in, and I was so revved up with that. So when she came storming up when I addressed the titty situation, she was fired up. So I go, "What the fuck is your problem?" It just out of control. Then the cops started coming in. I was not going to be drug off there and made a fool of. Well, I was made a fool of anyways. But if you're physically drug off there, it just makes it look a lot fucking worse.
You're bucking around.
And then, when you're leaving, people start clapping.
Yeah,
but that's what happened. Get him the fuck out of here. Fucking drunk. And I had sweat rings. And someone's like, "Look how much he's sweating." I'm like, oh, fucking. It was a bad night. And then I went outside. And so I thought I was going to have to get a rental car and drive home. They were going to fucking, like the first time this happened, they were going to do that as well. But then I started just, "Please, God, I got nothing else." If you saw how it was fucking embarrassing.
You need to quit that whole eyeballing thing, because maybe people recognize you and you think they're fucking mean mugging you, and they're not.
I'm so nice to everyone. I think that was all in my head with the fucking microdosing thing. So I forget.
But usually the microdosing makes you extra nice, makes you just very compassionate around people.
Me being a drug addict, I have to take more than I should have. So
well, what was a microdose? How much did you take?
So
3 grams.
No, it comes in like a eye dropper almost, and you put it on the top of your palm of your hand, and you lick it off. But then you're supposed to take 1 a day. I started
1 drip.
Yeah, and I started 4
whole vials,
and then my jaw started to swing.
Okay, so not a microdose then.
Yeah, so it didn't end well for me that night. It was bad.
So were you guys, during fight week, were you guys smoking the herbs?
Yeah.
And did that get you snacky in the hotel? Did you get snacks? What did you do? Just sit there?
It was
have heart-to-hearts with Trayshawn?
Yeah, I did. I'm starting to question everything that happened the weekend, if it really happened at all, because it was fucking bad. Because you're exactly right. I think with the microdosing, the more I started to do, the more I talked myself into that some situation was going bad. I almost talked myself into attacking several people. But cooler heads prevailed.
I mean, there's a reason they say when you're doing that kind of stuff, especially heavier doses, the setting is very important. And an airplane's probably not a great one for it.
I wish I would have had someone close to me. Like if you're with me, tell me what's real and what's not. Like, because I would believe you. I mean, I didn't tell anybody else I was microdosing. And then I was like, John would say something, I'm thinking way too much in it. What the fuck you mean by that? It was bad. It was fucking real bad. But we're good now.
Yes. And then the Carlos Prates, right? That's his name.
Yeah, Carlos.
Men event got a finish. So he's on a good little streak here. And he smokes 7 cigarettes a day.
I saw that motherfucker smoking
a
looked
ciggy.
like Ricardo Mayorga. Yeah, he was fucking, he lit the cigarette with another one. Like using the butt of it, so I'm not sure.
Man.
He's fucking.
I mean,
I'm
fighter,
baby.
Not supporting ciggies, but I mean that's kind of badass.
And Trayshawn sent, because he sent me that I never even told him about it, because again I was in my own little world. But he's like, hey, I'm not the only one that smokes. This is the day of the fight.